Hello and welcome to Road to the Next Life. I'm Benny. I'm a Game Jam judge for RPG Maker Game Jam 2025. This is Road to the Next Life. Let's start the timer and go. Options. There's no run. Let's go. To live without hope is to cease to live. Good old Dostoevsky. And if we have a game quoting Dostoevsky, we're going to get some Disco Elysium pathologic type stuff, aren't we? You entered that final fleeting moment of life, a life which had only reached 1/3 of its way. When your body fell, you felt yourself sink through the ground, rotating in a graceful half circle. For a moment, your head pointed in the opposite direction from which you had originally stood. A dark abyss sprawled below you, or above you, technically. One might fancy themselves king of the abyss with this view, but gravity did not comply with such fancies, and, after a pause, you felt yourself begin to fall. You fell without any lurching feeling in your chest. This is so Disco Elysium coded. In fact, you fell with little a thought in your head at all. Everything you had once known was growing further and further away from you, until there was nothing left at all. Oh. Open your eyes, guilt-bearer. You have a little time to waste. Your eyelids resist the simple action as though they are opening for the first time. Oh, this art is good. This art is good. Whoa, feeling unwell. Gotta say, not a fan of the default sound effects on such a beautiful looking game. Please swap out those sound effects, please. Surely, right? This is such a beautiful looking game. Default text and default sound effects, not my jam, but oh well. Aye, bloody hell, I thought you were a ghost. Aren't we all technically ghosts? Ghost isn't synonymous with dead. Your aunt didn't go through my body, so I'm not a ghost. Hold on now. We just met this guy. Don't give him the wrong impression about us. We shook hands earlier. I barely know him. Oh wait, sorry, I'm doing the same one. Aye. Who cares about what he thinks? He's doomed. Doomed? Lad, look. You got this flickering about you. You're waving away as we speak. I haven't a clue where to start. You understand you're dead, right? Fine, that tower over there only has one entrance, and we've clearly been here a while. It's likely the lad's still green. I had no idea you were so observant. I had no idea you were so ill-mannered. I'm dead. This is the afterlife, just... Quite right, though I imagine it doesn't meet your expectations of it, depending on where you're from. Expectations? Oh, you find yourself in a bloody limbo. He means limbo, just limbo. Oi, quit it. Let man show a little personality. Now, where do I begin? This here place is essentially a path from one life to the next, but my acquaintance and I are treating it like a vacation. I could spend an eternity comparing my previous lives now that I have the pleasure of remembering them all. That's becoming trigger word, exactly. I wouldn't get his hopes up about next life at this rate. The boisterous man rubs his temples. The other man finally said something they both agree on. What does that mean? I don't know how to break it to you. Then I will. Your spirit is fading. You don't have much time left. Aye, you have an ounce of tact in you. We don't have time to skirt around the issue. Oh, sorry, that was the monotonous. I keep missing them out. Oh, that's fair, I suppose. Listen, lad, sometimes the weights we carry in life are too heavy for the road. Something's weighing you down, and it's only a matter of time till you sink. That, or maybe this is some kind of divine punishment? Nay, he'd be in hell if this were the case. We don't even know if there is a hell. This might be it. Don't listen to him. I've never seen a truly awful person around here. I'd wager they go elsewhere. You have any idea what's weighing you down? You close your eyes and try to remember. The echo of your lost memories is still there, like the memories that quickly disperse after one wakes up from a dream, but you can't discern anything from them, save for a monumental sense of guilt. Seems not. I dare say that's the most normal thing about you. It often takes a while for everything to come back. Death can be quite traumatic. What can I do to survive? Nothing. Nobody's ever survived this, so I've heard. Your body in this world is dying, and the only way out is at the edge of limbo, through the door to the next life. Limbo itself isn't dangerous, but you can't make it there in time. I'm sorry. You, expressing pity? The monotonous man shrugs. It's sad. It's like an uncurable disease. Right, that is. Aye. How do I get to the edge of limbo? Lad, you're not going to make it. You're better off staying with us. I could even show you around the place. There's lots of pretty sights elsewhere. This place isn't much of a haunt. It's good for privacy and reflection, but not much else. I disagree. Let him fight it out. At least he can die knowing he tried. Keep going to the east. We're already on a mountain pass that leads there. Be thankful you didn't land anywhere lower, or else we'll have to worry about your calves too. Don't encourage him. It's futile. The boisterous man sighs. But I suppose it'd be hard to sit around idly with that knowledge. Just, I don't know, take care of yourself, right, lad? We'll leave you be now. Good luck. We will? Yes, we will. All right. Best luck to you, lad. May Limbo treat you well and such. The boisterous man tips his hat to you. He smiles in an attempt to veil his pity. It fails. The monotonous man merely nods, his expression unreadable. Pretty fun. I'm having lots of fun. Like, I found good voices for those two. They might be annoying to hear, but I got their personalities in my head. Very beautiful world we're in. Hello, friend. How are you? Friend? It's just a casual term of endearment. Don't think much of it. Okay, what about more? Can you not tell I'm in a pickle? Well, yes, but it would be rude to point that out, no? I'm sure you're well aware of your predicament, otherwise you'd be asking me different questions. Hello, friendo. Your head grows heavy as voices begin to resound within it. I wish I was born different. Huh? Why? Nobody likes me. You're my only friend, Simon. You just need to get out more. Who cares what some ruffians think? The melancholic boy doesn't reply. You feel the words hang in your throat. You know it's more than that. Things will get better. Just act like there's nothing different about you. Nobody will know. This is like 8 minutes in. It's good so far, Narcotis. Great vibes, great art. And I like the dialogue. Everybody already knows. But it doesn't have to define you. The melancholic boy goes silent again. It defines me whether I want it to or not. How are you, Narcotis? How's it going? Look at this art, Narcotis. Look at this beautiful... I love this style. Right, the forest of fond memories. Although, it does look weird when there's a waterfall and it's not moving. I gotta admit that part. It's nice for anything that isn't technically moving, but if you could make the moving parts move, it'd be even better. Right now it does feel like we're walking around a painting. The floor below you begins to rumble. Oh, wow. You seem startled, friend. What happened over here? Are you seeing this one played by a couple other judges? Nice. The path just fell away. It did? It doesn't look that way to me. Oh, he's going over it. Beyond expectations. Very memorable? Yeah. See, it's fine. Come on, follow me. Did you just walk on thin air? He scrunches his brow and gives you a sardonic smile in place of an answer. I think it should be sardonic. Listen, you clearly aren't feeling well, and you don't have much time left, it seems. Why don't you go over to that swing set nearby? If I knew my time was short, I'd want to spend it peacefully. I can't wait around. I want to live. Hey, listen to me, it'll be okay. Just rest and maybe you'll get your senses back. You can continue then. Regardless, I ought to go now. There's somewhere I need to be. Good luck, friend. It's an RPG Maker game, so save. I gotta say, the one thing that's taken me out of this experience so far, those bloody default sounds. The left side's rope has snapped in half, and the right seat is completely missing. You'll need replacements for both if the swing set is to be restored. A withered wooden swing seat. Perhaps you could use it to fix the disrepaired swing set. You pick it up. Save. The left side's rope is snapped in half and the right seat is completely missing. Wait. I've got it though. I've got the seat. Oh, do I just use the item from within my... No? Oh, do I need something else? I thought I would just be able to put it back on. Oh, there. That sprite also looks a little out of place. I am a fan of the art style in general. It is really well drawn. But the way that it's painterly and things, these water don't move and then this sprite is just the default RTP, it takes me out a little bit, I will say that. But the environments are beautiful. With more polish, it could be even more, polished, I guess. Amidst heaps of junk and scrap, your eye manages to spot a pile of more practical items. Whittled stones, some kindling, and a short strand of rope. You sling it over your shoulder. Then suddenly... Oh, it's a battle. The creature came from deep within the junk pile, clearly unhappy that you stole something from its home. Such a beast is evidently unkillable by the likes of you. Apologize. You apologize for disturbing the creature, raising your hands as if to show your surrender. The creature, however, is unfazed by the gesture and slashes at you with full fury. Knockout. You knock the creature over its head with your fist. Though it takes no damage, it stumbles back, stunned. It will take a moment to recover from its daze. Run away. You take advantage of the creature's confusion to run away with the rope in tow. You neither hear nor see anything that would suggest the creature is following you. You are safe once more, it seems. Quite beautiful, yes. With everything you need to restore the swing set, you get right to work. You feel a rush of nostalgia as you get on one knee, unfazed by the prospect of dirt on your hands or scrapes on your knees. You hurriedly tie the ropes around the left seat's attachment slots before scooting over and repeating this on the right seat. When you finish, it dawns on you that your familiarity isn't with fixing swing sets. Rather, what evokes your memories is a sense of solitude, a sense that there's no one you can call upon for help. In the distant past, your fears, doubts, and troubles lived and died inside of you. They would have fallen on deaf ears otherwise. Your head throbs as you get a better view of the swing set. You clutch your head, pressing on your temples in a desperate attempt to alleviate the ache. Voices once more resound inside your head. Only this time the scene becomes manifest, and the one voice is new to you. Are you alright? Sorry, John, I was spaced out. John's bright, brimming smile doesn't falter. You haven't a single thing to apologize for. Well, I still owe you my answer on whether I'm not going to join. You don't owe me anything. I was just passing by, and I just wanted to make sure you were faring well. You aren't mad that I haven't made up my mind? Of course not. It's a difficult decision to make. I feel so helpless. Every day I wake up and I wonder if it'll be my last. I don't know if I'm the only one, but it feels naive to think it'll save me from persecution. John knits his brows, his hope-inspiring smile wavering ever so slightly. John, yes? I'm real afraid. I don't want to die. I really, really don't want to die. There's so much more in life I want to experience. John thinks for a moment. I want to say it won't ever come to that, but I'll admit I've become worried too, for you and everyone else. I know it isn't much, but I'll do everything in my power to help you. You can come to me for anything. You feel a strange feeling in your chest, confusion, disbelief that someone could be so warm in a world so cold. What about yourself? I don't know what I am. No way I would make a good spy otherwise. But enough about me. Do you have anyone else you can lean on for support? Say if you're in imminent danger? Oh, a spy. I've tried to tell my best friend about what's happening, but he doesn't... Well, he told me it's not as bad as I think it is. I'm paranoid. John places a firm hand on your shoulder. You've never seen a man more moved by emotion. I'm sorry. The Resistance has a refuge in the countryside. I could make arrangements. It's tempting, but can I be honest? I'm afraid I won't make the trip, you know. I don't want to put a target on my back. I just want a sense of normalcy. But what kind of man does that make me? A man who's too afraid to run? You'd be just like any other human being, just trying to survive. Please don't forget that living in itself is an act of a resistance. There's a spy trying not to lose their cool. And the bridge has been repaired. Oh, the game is called Road to the Next Life. Is this we've died and we are making amends with our life? Forest of Fond Memories. We are slightly transparent, aren't we, our character? Did I notice that? Or am I tripping? I thought we were slightly transparent. Very beautiful forest this is. Wow, there's so much good quality art. This is another one of those projects where there's so much good quality art and yet they can't change the default sound effects and maybe just they slap a window skin on. They don't change the font and make it look nicer. In my opinion, at least. I mean, I know some people love the, default font, but I think it just takes away from what is otherwise an incredibly beautiful presentation. I dare say I see a suffering soul in front of mine eyes. Tell me, sir, does thy mind carry heavy burdens? Aye, my lord. Maybe I can barely remember anything. Not even thy name, nor thy good memories, which one must always hold dear? No, that will not do, sir. It's my sacred duty to shed light on those memories that are oh so good, lest I no longer be known as the founder of fond memories. This forest is a collection of the fondest memories known to mankind, all offered to me by the delightful denizens of Limbo. So I implore thee, recall a fond memory so that it may live on in Limbo eternally. And how do you propose I do that? Tricky as it may be given thy faded appearance. But the task is not impossible. I shall assist thee in this endeavor. Before you can offer any input, the founder of Fond Memories fuels you with the rush of clarity. It is as though a great wind has blown past your mind, clearing the fog that bogged it before. Though you still know next to nothing of yourself, a single lucid memory slips through the cracks. A ramshackle room fades into view, made peaceful by white light coming through the window. You stare at the light mindlessly as though it and its dancing dust particles are the most wonderful sight in the world. Though you definitely wouldn't call this a fond memory, the sight puts you at ease. But everything comes at you so viscerally, you have to suppress a hint of nausea. Have thy memories returned? A smidge. Splendid! It is only a matter of time till thy mind has regained an abundance. It's a slow morning, a Sunday perhaps. You lazily reach for the newspaper on your dining table. You unfold it, and your heart sinks. It's difficult to read the words through the haze of panic present in the memory. All you know is that whatever you read pertains to you, or others like you at least. Before you know it, you're dashing down the stairs of your apartment building. You scramble to find the only person you know who understands, that man with the bright, brimming smile. You feel pathetic because you barely know him. You can get nauseous in limbo? Maybe. Once you find him at that same shabby swing set, he must have been waiting for you. You sob, frantic and trembling, barely choking out your plea for help. You tell him the answer is yes. Yes, you'll join the resistance. You can't just stand by and watch anymore. Everything has gotten so much worse. What troubles you, sir? The memory cuts off there, but you still feel like you're in it. The fear is visceral. Your heart would surely burst if your dead body still had one. Suddenly. Oh, are we being chased? I dare say you found yourself in quite a conundrum. Run, sir, run! Oh, crap. Oh, this is a little campy for what? Okay, I gotta admit. No. Oh. That broke a lot of the beautiful immersion I had. I know that, like, the backgrounds are so beautiful and the vibes are so beautiful, the music is great, and then it just does something really goofy. That was really goofy in my opinion. It was just the way that the fire moved, and it's like a rush that didn't really feel like how it should have. It didn't feel scary. Anyway, that's my opinion. Not a trace remains of the forest's former ire. You're left wondering if there was ever a fire at all. Without the clarity provided by the founder of fond memories, the scene from your past begins to drift away. That, at the very least, was real. You didn't get turned. Did you get turned to ash, Stoic? It is a random, reaction-based challenge and otherwise very calming atmosphere that I just think is very jarring and doesn't fit very well. If the fire was stronger and if it wasn't simply just running away from an events that kind of got stuck in the pathing, if it was like a wall of fire that actually looked like it was burning the forest or something, it might be scarier. As you approach the wisp, it engulfs you with a sense of warmth. You feel at peace. A distant voice, perhaps from a different realm, echoes in your ears. A warning for you, guilt bearer, 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 bearer. I won't do that. You mustn't try to change the past. You will perish if you cannot face the source of your ailment. Try to remember that human beings, such as yourself, oft do what they must to survive. Who are you? The wisp does not reply. Whatever possessed it must be gone now. Well, the wisp is not even animating. It probably should spin or something, because I just didn't even see that it was a wisp. Don't get me wrong, these are among some of the best drawn backgrounds I've seen in an RPG Maker game ever. Like, look at these beautiful, look at those beautiful clouds, the beautiful trees. This is gorgeous, and yet some of it just is a little Goofy. The fellow traveler watches you with a blank expression. What was the voice for fellow traveler again? Oh, that's right. Sit down. We need to talk. You oblige, though you're not sure why. I'll get right to the point. You've been acting strange. You're paranoid and you won't listen to reason. Is this about the path falling away? He ignores you and continues. You've also been strangely distant. You used to either be at work or at home. Nowadays, I never know where you are. Forgive me for being blunt. I can't help but be suspicious. You have no idea what he's talking about. The world spins as you try to make sense of it. Oh my goodness. It's been a long time since I've looked at a shelf and went, what a beautiful bookshelf. Like, look at, I don't know, look at this rug. This is gorgeous. I wonder if this person is like an accomplished, like, illustrator. Surely they are, right? Surely they have like a career or a side hustle, not a side hustle, a main hustle of art outside of this game making thing, because this is just incredible. Suddenly, you begin to experience the world as though it were a play, as though your lines were writ on paper long ago. Let me be clear also, the writing is also very good. I am enjoying the writing the whole way through, and it's very well written, and I love it. Your lips move, but your brain can't process the words until they come out. Simon. Your sudden... I forgot Simon's accent. Your sudden disappearances, your beliefs, the local reports of rebel activity. Please tell me I'm wrong. You're not good at lying to your loved ones. You give them a look, one that confirms suspicions wordlessly. This is the person that came up to me at the swing set. They're criminals. We grew up together, so I know you aren't a violent person. Because I think he's just got a New Zealand accent. Then why don't you trust me? Because your fantasy world doesn't align with reality. This is the spy, right? Simon the spy. You clench your fists in frustration. What's happening is reality. Do you think I choose to live in fear for my life? There's nothing to fear. You're overreacting. You think back on the morning paper from last month, everything that got destroyed, all the lives that were lost. You know it'd be futile to bring it up, since he didn't have anything to say on it then. No, that's someone else? Okay, sorry. Alright. I can't stand by you if you're going down this path. The repercussions I'd face if they found out I didn't report a rebel. Now that's something to fear, and rightly so. You know what this X name, Stoic, you know I'm thinking of again? A certain very long visual novel that I read recently. Oh, for the developer of Fata Morgana. Your heart skips a beat as anger forms on his face. What do you mean by that? It means I'm not going to forgive you just because you're my friend. You can't become an enemy of the country and expect me to turn a blind eye. I have morals. Okay, so this is a friend finding out that you are the spy. You are a spy, I think. You're trembling now. Morals, those are expensive. Yeah, they are. Welcome in, Gould. Long time no see. Hopefully you're doing well. This is a game for the RPG Maker Game Jam. How you doing? You're trembling now. You don't understand, Simon. The Resistance just wants to protect innocent people. Most of them are just like me, someone whose well-being is at stake. Is it really moral to stand by and watch innocents be harmed? You're older but well. I am older but also well. Now I'm hearing that Fata Morgana sound effects in my head when I see it. Yeah. He stares at you, wide-eyed and furious. You've never seen an expression this blood-curdling. Now you're really talking crazy. You're a lost cause. I'm done. Simon, wait. Oh my goodness. This art here is just gorgeous. This and this and this. The actual art in the game is just formally just so good. We're done when we say it done, yeah. You struggle to piece together the chain of events. You now know the man before you by name, but you don't know him as you must have when you were alive. Whatever happening now Whatever happening now, it isn't taking place in the present. Your instincts scream at you. You must prevent Simon from leaving through your front door, lest your life be forfeit. 3 steps away from the door. Whoa, this is also a cool idea. Guilt bearer. Talk it out. Simon brushes off everything you say and keeps walking. He is now 2 steps away from the door. I'm just going to talk it out. I've heard enough. He is now 1 step away from the door. I don't want to restrain him or knock him or block him. I just want to talk him out. Talk it out. I've heard enough. He is now 0 steps away. Simon makes it to the door, then dashes out of it without a final word. Fear engulfs you. A part of you knows you are reenacting a memory, that the outcome of the battle had no bearing on Limbo, but that doesn't stop your past fears from seeping in. You remain there paralyzed until you wither away entirely. Oh, it's a game over. Okay. Let's continue. Hopefully I saved recently. I guess it's easy to just skip through something. Yeah, this art is among, dare I say, among the most professional I've seen in an RPG Maker game. Full stop. And even this is kind of reminding me of Fear and Hunger a little bit, for some reason. Let's throw the glass. Still seated, you grab the glass in front of you and throw it at Simon. He jumps back to dodge it. Oh, so you're resorting to violence now. You're not even trying to be moral anymore. You take the opportunity to stand up. Simon is still 3 steps away from the door. Block the door. You run over to the doorway to block it with your body. He catches up to you, now 1 step away from the door. Time for moral violence, yeah. Get out of my way. You stumble back from the blow, no longer blocking the door with your body. Yeah, it definitely does have Fear and Hunger vibes. Am I going to start, targeting different limbs and stuff? Restrain him. You restrain Simon to prevent him from walking towards the door. Pizarve. He eventually wriggles out of your clutch. He's still 1 step away. Talk it out now that I'm blocking the door. I've heard enough. Oh, never mind. Welcome in, Kitty Hana. How you doing? Tiger uppercut to the groin. How you doing, Kitty? How's your day been? Yeah, you just do the, punch to the face. Okay, so I'm going to save before this moment. It'll be nice if it's saved before the battle. But at least it has, you can still use page down to skip through. But, most non-RPG Maker users don't really know that trick. Throw the glass. And then let's knock him over. You knock Simon to the ground. He lays there, stunned for a moment after hitting his head. Blockade the door. With Simon stunned on the ground, you take the opportunity to blockade the door with whatever's available. In a matter of moments, you've knocked over your bookshelves in front of the entryway. Simon recovers from his daze with fury. It'll be nigh impossible to walk out now. Dang you, fine. If you won't let me report you, I'll just have to get rid of you myself. You no longer have to worry about Simon's proximity to the door. Talk it out, maybe? I've heard enough. Oh, he's going to punch me. Knock him over. You shove Simon to the floor again. He's not happy he got stunned by that a second time. Pin him down. You sit on Simon's torso and look down at him, using your body weight to keep him pinned to the floor. He writhes around, but fails to successfully escape on his first try. Talk it out. Oh, are we going to strangle? Oh, this is uncomfortable. Use words, they're super ineffective. Now that Simon has no way of fighting back or leaving, you try with all your might to persuade him against this. You reminisce on your childhood together. You beg him to trust your judgment, trust that the resistance isn't what the government makes it out to be. You really think I'm going to listen to you now, after everything you've done? You've only proven to me that rebels are as violent as they say. What was I supposed to do? Simon doesn't reply. Regaining his strength, he takes the opportunity to wrangle you out of his grasp, pushing you off him and creating distance. We're through. There's nothing you can say or do to change that. Knock him over. You shove Simon for the second time. Why did we have a second time? Punch. He catches your fist midair. Hitting guy while he's knocked down on the ground? How classy. Here, I'll return the favor. He stands up, fully recovered from his daze. Now I block the door. Wait, I thought I didn't have to care about how close he was to the door because I blockaded the door already. Bugged. It's bugged. Okay. Clearly they want... Yeah, clearly they want me to actually strangle him, basically, right? I don't think there's any other way to do this. Pin him down. Strangle. Your hands tremble above his neck. You're afraid of the man before you, of how easily he threw away 10 years of friendship for what, normalcy? You can only imagine how afraid he must be. Oh, that's why we're the guilt person. We're the person with guilt. That being associated with you could lead to his own death. You understand the fear and desire for normalcy. But now that he wants you dead, you fear you have no other choice. Well, this is not him talking. This is us thinking about us. You put your hands around his throat. He snarls at you. You really don't want to do this. No worries, Gould. It is confusing. You squeeze your hands tighter around his neck. He finally begins to feel the pressure and flails around in an attempt to throw you off. But there's nothing he can do when you've weakened him like this. Tears begin to well in your eyes. Simon, I didn't want to do this. Strangle. You watch yourself from a bird's eye view. You are now a mere spectator as the last of Simon's strength is snuffed out like a candle. As his body goes limp, it's limp. It's limp. This is, I know, because I know you know English very well, because you've written so good so far. It's limp. You snap out of your haze and realize it is over. His whole body became an arm. It's funny because it's such a vital line to get right. It's like the final line of the altercation. And you say his body went limb. I know, I'm usually forgiving of grammatical mistakes, but when it's the final thing of the altercation, the thing that's supposed to shock you, his body went limp, and it says his body went limb. I don't know, that matters to me. You finally feel a weight fall off your shoulders. Your soul remains weary, but it's lighter now. At the end. I don't think I've ever seen a video game say that before. The end. You think of Simon, of the fellow traveller. There's no body in sight. You can only assume the traveller was another figment of your memory. Your past self couldn't be convinced that what he did was self-defense. He saw himself as a cold-blooded murderer, a monster who killed his best friend. You, in spite of the personal emotions that bleed in through your memories, see him as a victim of circumstance. Interesting. So we have the guilt in our body, but we don't necessarily hold the memory of the full-on brutal memory of that causes the effects of those circumstances. Because is it true that if you do not remember doing a thing, you do not owe the right to guilt for that thing? Or is the fact that you could have done it enough and that the effects are felt enough? I think maybe a lot of people would agree that the second option is the right one. Right, Old Village. Abandoned circa 1. Oops, I should have saved before I went in. Oh well, at least it didn't automatically put me into a cutscene. So this switch is a little bit looking out of place. I can take it from here, sir. It's from here, sir. Oh, are you sure? I'm sure this man requires my special attention. The customs officer nods and leaves aptly. Everything settled? Welcome to the big city. Is it really safe for you to be sneaking me in like this? Oh, please. Everything I do comes with risk. You aren't the only one the Resistance has brought into the city. It's important we have people here. There's only so much we can do while spread out across the country. Though I will say, it is also nice to have a friend close by. So Simon was the friend who didn't like the Resistance. John is a spy in the Resistance. I get it. You consider us friends? Apologies. Was I being presumptuous? No, not at all. I wasn't sure if you considered me one. John's smile widens at that. I think you'll get along with the others here as well. The bonds we have with one another, they're important, I think. They keep us going when the going gets tough. John gets up from his chair and tips his hat courteously. I'll see you around. It is funny that a switch opens a door in a house. But this is all surreal, so... You have nothing to put on the sign right now. What is this, a Sokoban? There's no need to push this right now, but in future... Your head grows heavy as voices begin to resound once more. This time you can't tell whether they're from the present or the past. The stone soldier lazily tosses a pile of posters into the crate with one hand. I believe that's the last of them. Oi, good riddance. Those twats think they can just vandalise the city and get away with it. Vandal is with an A instead of the first I there. It's likely they'll keep at it. Captain orders to take down posters when people start reporting on them. When people start reporting on them, shouldn't we try catching rebels in the act so we can make an example out of them? Don't ask me. Ask the captain if you disagree with him. The crude soldier makes a face. He doesn't reply. Don't mistake the captain's orders for weakness. We're better off making an example of someone more vocal. The aloof soldier nods curtly, and the crude soldier glares at him, frustrated and embarrassed. 2 R's in the embarrassed word. There's an awkward air before the soldiers silently decide that small talk is over. Gold says, I hope they get promoted from aloof tick to crude tick at my job. Oh, you get a lot promoted? Yeah. Those are the several different ranks. The statues regain their lifeless shine. You can't help but tremble under their stone gaze. Crude equals win. It serves no function at the moment. Okay, where are we going though? Up here? No? Okay. No? Okay. I think we are slightly transparent. We are a ghost. What are we doing? Where are we going? Did I miss something? Oh, you find 4 half-mangled posters sitting in the crate. Though the statues don't react, you remain cautious. Spam click everything, yeah. So do I put a poster in here, do I? You hang the poster on the sign. What does it say? Oh, okay. Now I can move them for no reason. You hang the poster on the sign. Okay, so it's just a soccer band stuff. Yes, so just do this. Oh, Yes, I just do this. An easy Sokoban puzzle finished. Where's the last poster though? Is it this one? You get a bad feeling about placing a poster right in front of the stone soldiers. Do it anyway? No, I'll save first. The soldier to your right stabs you with his bayonet. Yeah. Smart. So what do I do now then? What's down here? Oh, sneaky. You heard that coming. You were an aloof post hanger. Yeah, I was aloof. Too aloof. Oh, I can walk while it fades. Oh no. Look what I did. I've changed the camera for the cutscene. Civilians report the appearance of more posters. Head out and tear them down fast. Yes, sir. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Crude streamer. Soft locked. Oh well, according to the judging guidelines, I have to stop here. Because I've got a soft lock on a required map. Alrighty. So I'm sorry to say that polish will be 0 in that category because I got a soft lock after the 15-minute mark. Or 10-minute mark. 10-minute mark. It is unfortunate. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to walk away while it was doing the transition and then get transported to the wrong place. But just in future, when you're doing transfers for cutscenes, make sure you lock the player position so they can't move. I think I'll still finish this game, right, Stoic? Do you think that's a good idea? Or do you want me to move to the next game? I'm doing... Stoic is one of my audience members that I particularly... He wants to see a particular game. But either way, let me give my overall thoughts. I still think it is a banger. I'm going to judge based on what I've seen so far. I still think it's quite a banger. I love the atmosphere, the graphics, the style, the story. It is actually proving to be a story I'm interested in. I love this idea of like the spy life, and even this title screen is making sense of being trapped in like a bird cage or like guilt or whatever, unable to be freed from the guilt prison, wrapped up, filled with guilt and all that sort of stuff. The art is really good. So that's a positive. The art is glorious. The story is good. The music is really beautiful too. Really well done. The sound effects are not. Please change the sound effects. We don't need default sound effects in games like this. I know maybe you haven't used the engine that much, but after a while the default sound effects just tend to grate on you. And more can be done to make this even more polished, introducing a new font and window. You can use custom windows and stuff to make it all fit in. Maybe even some of those sprites, I think they were RTP. You could use, like the little sparkling things and the switch and stuff. So you could redraw those to be in line with everything else. But as it is, the hand-drawn backgrounds and the battlers and the battle backgrounds and stuff, the parallaxes and things, are all so high quality that it pushes the entire score up, and I really love that. Yeah, I love this game, and it's a pity that it's soft locked, so I'm just going to judge it based on the 5 categories right now. So the 5 categories are theme, gameplay, engagement, presentation, and polish. I won't say my scores as I go, but I'll just type my notes out for myself so I can write a review later. Theme, Road to the Next Life. There was a mention of Beyond Expectations. Wait, there was a mention of Expectations. I'm trying to think about how it's beyond expectations. Maybe the ending has more beyond expectations there. But maybe the ending has more beyond expectations there. But as I've experienced, maybe it's a little unclear how beyond expectations is implemented here. Maybe the spy life was beyond what was expected. Maybe we eventually transcend the guilt in a way that's beyond expectations. Maybe the fighting off of the wolf was beyond our expectations. But these are stretches in a way. I can imagine several ways, so I'll give it some points. But the theme is not extremely obvious to me. I think that's what I'm thinking right now, as of what I've played. Alrighty. Okay, so gameplay. Exploration feels good. The simple interactions and all the little movements are pretty nice. The Sokoban is simple, but it needs to be for people apparently. Because people don't like Sokoban. I do. But most people don't. So simple is better. The puzzles add to the story. The battle with the strangling was actually probably the most effective gameplay part I played. It forced you to realize that the murder was the only way the character knew how to deal with the situation. Of course, it doesn't make it right, but it highlights the way that the characters were feeling, and as such utilizes gameplay to tell a story in a way that pure narrative couldn't. I loved that part. Yeah, murder was the only way I could see out of that situation. Yeah, it's definitely not a court defense, a terrible court defense, but it is a great explanation of the character, and as such, I think it's one of the more strong telling of story through gameplay moments I've seen in this jam. Like that one fight. Even fighting that big monster away, it was kind of unconventional. So each little battle, I'll write this down. Unconventional battles that tell story in a way that pure narrative can't. I like that a lot, so I think that gets a lot of points from me, actually. Engagement, very, very engaging throughout. I got a soft lock, but I still want to find the ending. Very good storytelling and decent mechanics to help tell the story. That's what I feel this is. The mechanics themselves are not like super challenging, but they help tell the story at hand, and I think that's the best thing you can do for a story-based game. I've seen it, like in Edith Finch and such. Presentation, gobsmacked by pretty much everything here. It's just a little disappointing that the default sound effects and font and stuff are used, but everything else, including visuals, background, battlers, music, are exceptional. Yeah, that's what I'll say about that. And then for polish, found soft lock at 45-minute mark. Sadly. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's road to the next life. Let's keep playing though. This next part will not be judged. This is just me playing the game for fun. Alright, let's finish this game. Quite unfortunate, but let's keep playing. Save here so it doesn't bug out. Civilians report the appearance of more posters. Head out and tear them down fast. Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, you can't really expect them to stay still. You have to lock the player in place. You're under arrest, miss. Oh, they're all like got like pieces under them, like they're in a war. Or like they're statues. Leave her alone. She did nothing wrong. I can vouch for her. She's my neighbour. Silence. We'll apprehend anyone else who moves. Please tell me what I'm being apprehended for. We suspect you have ties to the rebels. You're just saying that because of what she is. We said silence. One more word out of you and we're taking you with her. Apprehend her already. Yes, sir. Oh, wow. This is scary. This is really quite freaky. What are we doing here, though? Where do we move her? Oh, is this... Oh, this full circle barn. Are we supposed to push all of these pots into those areas like this? Oh, we're blocking them off. Easy. Okay, I understand. Pretty cool. Quite an easy puzzle, all things told. Oh, wait. I can't go there? But there's nothing behind that head. Okay. Maybe I just planned for that to be able to be moved, but oh well. Maybe it's not. I think we should have an okay time, though. If we go like this... Saved, yeah. Because technically, you should be able to push... You should be able to go behind that person's head, right? Unless there's like a stone there that you can't see. They say a group of rebels immediately came in and fought off the soldiers. How violent. Really? That's what led to the battle afterwards? They say it was a massacre. The rebels were short on muskets. All that just for some random woman? Well, what if she were truly innocent? People shouldn't interfere with the government's work. If she was innocent, they would have eventually let her go. There's an annoying dog. Oh, a dog. I see. I couldn't even see it. The conversation goes cold. Doubt seeds in some of their minds, but fear persuades them against pursuing it. Well, let's go, I guess. Now they... Oh, right. It's an Undertale reference. Okay. Clearly I haven't played Undertale in years. Oh, did you know... So, Stoic, I've been exporting all my old Benny Makes Games VODs and anyone else who's in chat, but just because you reference Undertale. And I have my full Undertale playthrough online. Yeah. So, it's on YouTube, apparently. But, yeah, if you're ever interested, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it, because I need to be reminded of what the story is. Back down and your lives will be spared. Is one truly alive if they are being worked to death in a prison? Nay. Though the specifics elude your addled memory, you feel a sense of camaraderie with the rebels surrounding you. Captain, your orders. If the rebels will not comply with the law, we will be forced to apprehend them. And if they resort to violence, which they already have, then we shall defend ourselves. We haven't hurt anybody. You're the ones who tried to kidnap an innocent woman. The word you're looking for is detain, and we were arresting her for a reason. Then prove your grounds for arrest, and we'll stand down. Silence! You rebels are under arrest for disturbance of the peace and threatening army men. You will either comply or face the full fury of the law. Absolutely not. The stalwart rebel aims his musket at the captain. "Sir, look out!" The aloof soldier maneuvers the captain out of the way to avoid the shot. Whoa, what's happening? Before anyone can react, the leftmost and rightmost Hydra heads hone in on the stalwart rebel. They swipe at him together, as each of them are too weak to kill them on their own. "Peter, no!" The stalwart rebel's stone body crumbles before you. Though it's not a gruesome sight in reality, you can't help but imagine a bloodied human body in its stead. Perhaps it was in a different time and place. You quickly snatch the dead soldier's musket and its accompanying cartridge box. The two remaining rebels are prepared to fight, but you realize almost immediately that they have no offensive chance against the creature. Your musket is their only hope. Reload musket, I guess. Shoot, left head. Reload musket. Shoot. Middle head. The golden core of the Hydra howls in desperation. Shortly after, the defeated Hydra head regrows from its roots. Reload musket. Shoot the core, I guess. The musket crumbles in your hands. Only 2 rebels survived. Guilt weighs on you. Though you were able to save 2 of them, you were helpless to save the 3rd one. He died so fast. You ground yourself, and you feel a small weight fall off your shoulders as you re-examine the memory. Your past self repeatedly blamed himself for the death. You recall the sheer number of reinforcements that bombarded the rebels. The only way to end it was to defeat their captain. You see now that death was inevitable, lest you forfeit the battle. But that doesn't make it any less tragic. I'm starting to believe that maybe, because before I didn't have a full-on reference for our spy activities, but I think maybe what we're doing is a good thing, and that maybe the strangling was necessary, because otherwise they would have told about the resistance and lots more people would have died. So it was one of those grey on grey morality cases of killing one person to save many. Could have possibly been the idea. So like we're being like, oh, we kill one to save the many, basically. But that doesn't make it any less tragic. Oh, save. This is like those moments in like Brothers, A Lost Tale of Two Sons. What is it called? A Tale of Two Sons, I think it is. Where you just like sit on a bench. I think you do it in It Takes Two as well. I haven't played Split Fiction, but I imagine, Stoic, did you have any moments where you sat on a bench and looked around and admired the view? Because I think that is one of the It Takes Two type thing. And anyone else who played Split Fiction. I really want to play Split Fiction. Oh, they're chasing me. The chasing is a little goofy. Just a little. I mean, that one is less goofy than the fire, but it's just because the way they run and the little exclamation marks and the lack of sound effects, it just makes it seem a little goofy to me. I just think it could be animated. I don't know. Maybe some sound effects. There are benches with admirable views. Yeah, that is a staple of the series, and I like it, by the way. You know, more devs showing off, you know, their environments. The statue seems to have zero peripheral vision. It can only see in a straight line. Once you're positive it's gone, you let out a deep breath. You can tell your soul is starting to wear down. You can't run like you used to. Slide whistle and Benny Hill theme song. Yeah, Gould. So the game sort of gave the good foreshadowing that we're probably going to do a stealth thing where they give a good reason for statues to only see directly in front of them. So actually maybe that retroactively made itself seem less goofy because it kind of lampshaded the idea that this is goofy that they can only see right in front of them. So it is supposed to be maybe a little bit comical, but also scary. So really digging the art style. This entire game, maps and all, looks gorgeous. I will say. It's honestly, the maps are some of the most gorgeous looking maps I've seen in the engine. Just in terms of how beautiful everything is. It's just, when you combine it with this Windows skin, it makes me go, oh, it's an RPG Maker game. I suppose the developers could also use some time to make the Windows skin look better and font and stuff. John, this place should be safe. Soldiers around here aren't thorough enough to find it. Oh, you're trembling. Have you seen the bounty for my arrest? Yeah, UI could use a boost, and it doesn't take too much, well, I say it doesn't take too much effort, but to make one that looks good, I mean, if you can draw this, surely you can use that artistic style to make a UI that looks just as good. This is a game jam, right? Sometimes not enough time for everything. Yes, I've noticed that, but my guess is, having done it myself, it doesn't take as, I mean, if you were able to draw all these backgrounds, that's my logic. If you're able to draw all of these awesome backgrounds, surely you could make a nice looking window. That's just my personal opinion, and it can be boosted up. And this is just me giving feedback also for the developer from my point of view of, other game jammers have done it as well. Yeah, UI window skin shouldn't take much more than a portion of one of those maps. Yeah, and other game jams entries that don't look as gorgeous as this have done it, obviously. So, it is a thing. How do they even know I'm the one who killed the captain? Two of the dastards, little henchmen. They were there at the battle, supposedly. Probably those 2 soldiers who surrounded the captain. But listen to me. I won't let you get captured. Remember that refuge I told you about forever ago? I think that's the safest place you can be now. What's the date tomorrow? It's the 3rd of April, if I'm not mistaken. Mark my word. You'll be safe in the countryside long before the 4th. We'll sneak you out first thing in the morning. Are you sure it'll be safe? Sounds like they've got similar feedback you've been given around the UI and sound effects and plan on addressing it post-jam. Yeah, I'm probably just echoing what's already been feedback. But if you receive the same feedback multiple times, it becomes just amps up the priority as well, right? You're the only person I can't bring myself to fake confidence around. I'm never 100% sure of anything, but I believe this is your best chance. They're desperate to make an example out of you. I can't stomach that possibility. I'll get you out of the city, spick and span, but further than that, I'm helpless. You look towards the ground, dejected and afraid. John puts his hand on your shoulder, and you look back up at him. His brilliant smile lights up the darkness. Don't go dying on me, okay, buddy? I just realized this guy's supposed to have an American accent, but I'll just use my normal accent. I'll do my best. Right you will, friend. Despite the recent losses, things have been looking well for the Resistance. Getting intel from a spy goes a long way. I promise we'll see each other again once this is all over. We'll go somewhere nice. You smile as well. You'd like that. This game is also really good at wrapping out scenes with nice little tags at the end to make it have a good effect. Like, I'd like that, those type of little, and then it has a nice final line for each scene, I feel. And sometimes that's something that's overlooked in storytelling. It doesn't have to be in every form of storytelling, but if you structure a scene well, you can really hit with a final line to transition to the next part, and make someone maybe have chills when they go into the next part, sort of thing, And I think this game does that really well. Okay, so this is stealth, basically. It's fine, we can save in the middle of the stealth mission, which is good, right? That wasn't very hard. I heard, maybe there's more. Oh yeah, there's more. Upon close, three. Okay. Oh, whoa. Oh no. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So that's 3 right there. But it's hard to see, okay? So it's hard to see sometimes if they're beyond the map, like this. Yeah, I don't think that's a good design because you can't possibly be able to know that they're down there because they're not within your point of view. 3, 0, okay? Yeah, so better to kind of better to have it within the point of view. 3, 0, and I'm guessing this is another one over here. Wait, what's the 3, 0? 4. Yeah, because if they're within your field of view, you can plan around them. 3, 0, 4, 0. Okay, but I don't know what order it's in. I wonder how I'm supposed to know what order. Different colors. I have found them. Oh, you want me to find them within this one playthrough? Oh my goodness! Even if I already know the color, even if I already know the numbers, I don't know how I feel about that. You didn't tell me that. I don't know. 3. Okay, all right. It doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes sense for the character, but yeah, it's not my favorite thing. Like, if you know them, you shouldn't have to look there for them again. But hey, I guess it's your character knowing them. 3. Oh, so your character puts it together, not me. 0. Okay. Four. No puzzle solving for me. Just collect the numbers. Yeah. But I guess it's not that bad. Oh crap! No. Ah, this sucks. Oh well. Oh. Ah, dang it. Throw my keyboard out the window. That was close. I'm getting reckless because I don't want to keep doing this over and over. Okay, like this. Good. Okay, phew, lucky. Save. I could also have saved after each number if I wanted. Oh, and you want me to do it? 0304 maybe? Yeah. 0304, the date that John mentioned. Thank you, Gold. That's... Yeah, because I was focusing on the stealth, and you also want me to remember it? I don't know how I feel about that one. Don't move. You got some serious tracking skills. Here I thought this little trip would amount to nothing. Right, I do. The refuge. You remember you made it there, but Go in further and find the other refugees. The commander's gonna have a field day with this one. Despite all your preparation, you had been tracked by a ragtag team of soldiers. Panic flutters in your chest as you recall it. In the interrogation room, you thought of John. You could only imagine the guilt he experienced, knowing you got captured. I can't believe some foot soldiers managed to find the captain killer. I don't know this character, so it might be someone we know. You're just excited to put your new interrogation tools to work, I'm sure. Is it really necessary to torture him, sir? Oh, this is the torturer. Absolutely. This boy has information we need. Good news is that this is a private session. Someone's calling my phone. I'll be 1 second. Hey, what's up? Yeah, that was just a call that I got. Someone thinking I still worked at my old company. I don't. I just said, I don't work there anymore. Cheers. Absolutely. This boy has information we need. Oh, yeah. So get out of my sight. The sooner I procure results, the better. Now then, shall we begin? Oh, scary. The torturer looms over you, flashing a serpentine smile. Let us start with the simple question. What town are you from, boy? It is as if the torturer spoke directly to your soul, forcing it to reveal the memory to you. The name of your birth town appears in your mind. Play dumb. Don't know your own hometown? I don't believe you. Oops. Let's try this again. What town are you from? Lie. Wrong. You thought your hometown would be unknown to us. Birth records are easy to dig up. All we had to do afterward was ask around town about... Oh, forget it. That's besides the point. Let's try this again. What town are you from? That is indeed what the records say. Good job. Follow-up question. Reports say there's a missing person in your hometown. A neighbour told the detective you two were friends. Do you have any idea where he might be? He must mean Simon, once you feel sick to your stomach, thinking back on what happened. No clue. No clue, you say? It must be miserable not knowing where your friend went. Here, maybe I can jog your memory. Have you any idea what happened to your friend now? Gilbert was defeated. We were defeated, apparently. He's a bad torturer. He's a really, really bad torturer. He just kills the guy that he's torturing. Doesn't that mean we won? Because we didn't tell? We were reunited with Simon and we didn't tell about the resistance. Torturer just killed us. But mind you, Gold, I think there's more truth to it than we might initially think by saying that, because impatient torturer, yeah, because the game is called Road to the Next Life. So I believe we are dead, and this is just us remembering what we've done. This one is very strict. truth for this one. That is indeed what the records say. Good job. But, you know, I would have thought maybe, what's it called? Maybe it would say, you will say what I want to, right? From the torturer. And then it says, you feel yourself forced to tell all the secrets of the resistance. You have no will left to resist. That kind of ending makes more sense to me. I don't know. Rather than just you were defeated. I don't know what that means, you know? Or like, maybe even a that's not how it went type deal. He died. Oh wait, what's the ... A difficult question, I know. I'll give you a moment to think, but only a moment, any longer, and I have to slash you twice. So I'm gonna type down the order here. I'll actually type it in chat so you guys can see. So it's truth ... That's what I think so far. Oh, never mind. He died. It must be. As you tell your half-truth, something in your voice gives you away. The torturer laughs. You're not good at this, but I'll give you a second chance. Might I ask how he died? To a disease. A disease of the mind, maybe, if he associated with the likes of you. Okay, let's try saying what happened. He died. And how did he die? I killed him. Whoa, why did you kill him? No reason. Really? You killed him for fun? Hey, who am I to judge? I have my doubts, but I don't care either way. Okay, so I think it's truth killed for fun. My next inquiry is this. We found records of you arriving in town a few months before you killed our dear captain. What did you do when you first arrived? Oh, if you say truth, then you get slashed. Okay. Torturer's grin grows wider the longer you stay silent. He moves your silence until... Oh, he slashes. We've already come this far. Why have you gone silent now? Try again. Saved innocence. Oh, okay, alright. It would be nice if they offered a save after the cutscene and before the battle. These are the things that make me think that maybe... I don't want to assume, but maybe the dev is not extremely experienced in RPG Maker games to the point where they would know that's a design thing that you'd want. That's my opinion, at least. I don't want to be wrong, though. Please forgive me. You might be very, very well experienced. But like, page down makes you skip, so that's good enough. What's this one? Truth. He died. I killed him. No reason. Hang posters. Alright, we'll add vandalization of public property to your record. How many posters did you hang up? 4. Alright then, next question. How many other rebels initially fought you with you against the captain? 4. You knit your brows, you give your answer. It doesn't feel right. You don't look very confident, boy. Oops. Try again. 3. Good to know. Did any of them live to tell a tale? Yes. Jolly good. I have to pry their names from you later, but I have a much better question first. You got out of the city fairly easy afterward. Did someone help you? You nearly jump in your seat at the question. Gains you a bit of judgment. You fall silent. Come now. I clearly struck a chord. Strike a chord with an H. You didn't strike like a wire or rope. Pretend to be mute. Yes, Gould. As a reward for your obedience thus far, I'll let you in on a little secret. We suspect you bastards have a spy amongst us. You're going to let me in on who it is, all right? You remain silent. You refuse to be caught in a lie, and you definitely aren't giving up John's identity. Make this easy for the both of us. Tell me who helped you. I refuse, I refuse, I refuse. Guiltbearer is a Paramore fan. Well, I never meant to brag. The torturer circles around you as if pondering something to himself. I can tell you're quite fragile. You deserve a slashing for that answer, but I wouldn't want to break it too soon. Who helped you? Nobody. Slash. You know that's not what I want to hear, boy. Who helped you? A rebel. Which bloody rebel? The torturer grabs you by your collar and holds the knife up to your neck. Name him. You can feel his knife already cutting through the top layer of your skin. Death is mere moments away, and all you can do is tremble. I refuse, I refuse, I refuse. The torturer regards you for a moment, processing your noncompliance. Why'd you have to make this so difficult? The torturer swipes his knife. You gargle, choking for breath. I might get flat for killing you before getting an answer, but I saw that look in your eyes. You'd rather die than rat out the spy for some reason. It's your funeral, I suppose. Toodaloo. Okay. I thought he was going to let me get away with it. I guess he doesn't care if I die or not. Do I just rat them out entirely? Is that the idea? I just tell the truth the entire time? Stoic, just so this doesn't last too long. I know you have to go to sleep soon. Is there only one way through? And if so, what is it? You are a guilt bearer. Being a rat is definitely fitting with that title. Yes, that's true. Tell the truth. He died. You got to rat him out. Yeah, figured so. No reason. Hung posters. 5. Oh no, it was 4. Oopsie. That's like that, the bridge part in Monty Python where he's like, "What's your favorite color?" "Blue." "No, green." Oh, it's like one of the least, important parts of the truth-telling process. I forgot. Yes. Classic, yeah. It was like, how many posters? 5. No, wait, 4. Oh! It's like a stupid little... You're lying about the number of posters that you put less up than you should. A rebel. John. Your body goes numb. You can't believe yourself. The torturer stares at you, dumbfounded and wide-eyed. You're joking. This is, I never would have thought. John's got a good reputation amongst us. The command will surely have his head for this. Okay, this is kind of absurd. Surely there isn't only one person named John in the entire city. Unless their name's not actually John and they're just replacing it with a code name or something. No, please don't. Please, not John. Oh, looks like he has a good reputation amongst the rebels too. Sorry, boy. What happens next is out of my control. But if they throw him away for an interrogation, I'll let him know you said I. And look on the bright side. You just saved your life. We'll get you suited nice and cozy at one of our finest prisons. They'll take good care of you. Your vision begins to blur, and what happens afterwards slips your mind. Everything from there on out is just noise. I'm glad to say that if I was in this particular position, I wouldn't rat them out, and then I would die, and then John wouldn't get caught, and the resistance would go through. So we strangled our friend for the resistance, but then we ratted them out. The days that followed your interrogation trickled back into your memory. Okay. The days trickle, not the interrogation trickles. The days trickle back into memory. It all happened so fast. They convicted John that very day. They didn't give you permission to watch the proceedings, not that you particularly wanted to, but you wished to see him one last time, even if you didn't have the courage to face him. More than anything, you wanted to take it all back and trade your life for his. Your interrogator later told you that John was to be lynched that night. You had to block out that image to stay grounded. Dear John, whoops, sorry, writing a letter. It's like, I will never tell, I'll never tell. But let me write a letter. Dear John, oh no. By the time people arrived to pick you off to God knows what prison, the deed was done. Also, I'm interested. Gold, is there a reason why you didn't join the jam? I would figured you might join the jam, or are you busy at the moment with other games or other things in life? I don't mean to pry, but I know that you make great games, and I think it would have been great. Too busy finishing TLC. True. Nice. Yes, last chronomancer coming soon. It's a good idea because you have your other projects, so you got to finish those. You once more feel a weight fall off your shoulders, but you're not sure what to make of it. Final beta testing. Oh, Steam page is up. Nice. I'll look at that after this game. There's no justifying what happened. You gave up John's life for yours. You recall what that mysterious wisp said miles back. Human beings such as yourself often do what they must to survive. If you want an early key, just let me know. I'll think about it, Gold. I've been quite busy lately, and I find it hard to make time nowadays. But I'll think about it for sure. I'll let you know, though, if I do. There's so many big games coming out right now. I totally get that. Free time is hard to find. Yeah, like I want to play some Clear Obscure and some Deltarune. I want to stream that. I bought Clear Obscure a couple months ago, but I've been judging this jam and just waiting to play Clear Obscure, to be honest. But I'll definitely put it on the queue. The wind roars in your ears. It must be close. Free time is hard to find, and I'm just lazy, Your head starts to throb, but I would like to stream it sometime if I get the chance. The sharp pain makes it difficult to see ahead of you. You mourn Simon, you mourn your fellow fighters, and most of all, you mourn John. This is sad. In spite of the spacious view all around you, you feel trapped. Memories of confinement flash to your mind. The panic that preceded your imprisonment left you tired when it finally came. The early weeks felt like both a moment and an eternity. The earliest thing you can remember is hearing the news from guards stationed outside your cell. The resistance was losing traction now that they had snuffed out its greatest asset. This is much longer than an hour. The ache in your legs take you back to being paced around the prison yard without end. Or rather, it is long enough, when I'm saying it out loud. Only one thing to solve all this guilt. Hit the bottle, subtract pain by ounces. Gold, what a solution. Crazy. It is difficult to remember anything else, save for that pain and weariness. But when your body found respite in your dingy prison cell, your mind offered no solace. You almost preferred the physical torment to the mental one. You were the reason why such a good man died, why everything else fell apart. To say your heart was heavy would be an understatement. You had lost your entire world to live. The edge of limbo. I'm on the edge of limbo. A sharpness cuts through your heart, leaving you paralyzed in its wake. What follows it is that sensation you felt when you entered limbo, that graceful fall. It all comes flooding back to you now. You wonder if this is it, if you are destined to die right before the finish line, until you realize you are in the thralls of a memory. You were pacing under the beating sun, doing some draconian chore. That was when your exhaustion and your guilt, most importantly your guilt, came crashing down on you. You took one final step forward, and then your heart burst. The world around you became a blur as you crashed sideways onto the gravel. Whether anyone noticed or cared, you haven't a clue. You didn't really mind, all things considered. You had lost the ability to care. And now that you've regained it, you felt yourself begin to cry. Oh dear guilt-bearer, come to me. I have kept an eye on you, guilt-bearer. Your dilemma was of interest to me. I believe you deserve a second chance at life, despite everything that weighs you down. Do I know you? I apologize if you're expecting someone else, guilt-bearer. I do not have a name as humans do. I am merely mercy, mercy for the poor, mercy for the oppressed. The world has shown no mercy to you, guilt-bearer, nor have you shown it towards yourself. Though you've remembered so much, one lingering question remains in your mind. You must know, who am I? That is a broad question, guilt-bearer. What exactly do you want to know? What was it that made the world hate me so? Ah, I see. The wisp goes silent for a moment, floating up and down as though inhaling and exhaling. Let me show you. The wisp comes closer to you, whispering something ever so quietly in your ear. Your memory tugs at something distant, trying to reel it in before it slips away. When it finally lands in your hands, you understand. In retrospect, it's silly to think the world wanted you gone for such a small difference. At the end of the day, you were human, just like everyone else. If it is any solace, guilt-bearer, I have watched the world since its conception. There is a lot of evil in this world, yes, but there will always be good. Though evil might come about more easily, goodness fights just as strong, if not stronger. Goodness always prevails eventually. Empires will fall and people will suffer, but future generations will get one step closer to something that is good because of the people who fought before them. It is worth living for these good things, for good people. Ah, look at me, talking your ears off while your soul is flickering away. You have beaten every odd guilt-bearer. I shan't hold you back much longer. You fought hard to reach the next life, in spite of the hopelessness you felt upon your death. I must ask you now, are you ready to enter the next life, to re-enter a world that might hate you, that'll urge you to hurt others and punish you when you don't, that'll try to pry the humanity out of your hands? Are you ready? You remain silent for a moment, processing the questions laid before you. I am ready. The wisp gleams. Then good luck, Glasgow. Oh, and it was Glasgow. You are young and you know so little of the world still. You merely sway back and forth on your swing set, high atop a grassy hill. Gold, you're sculling the whole time? Yeah, sure. The soppy wet of winter has begun to melt away for the year. You feel more sprightly, especially as your legs swing high above the horizon. I didn't know anyone else came up here. It's a nice place, isn't it? You skid to a halt, turning towards the source of the voice. It is another boy your age, now sitting upon another swing seat. You were so engrossed in your own world you didn't notice his arrival. Rain, why does it say the time is not running? Because I've already judged this game and I'm just finishing off my own volition. Welcome back in, Rain. He extends a firm hand to introduce himself. The first thing you notice about him is the bright, brimming smile. Oh, nice. Developer and writer Lewis Barrett. Gameplay designer Terry Griffith. Artwork Malika. Oh, Malika, you nailed it. Lots of cool things used from Yanfly. Galv, Hime Works, and some random dude. Tria Contain, Hudal, K-Thrill. Theo Ellen, Tsukimi, Bomblord. Made MV. Thank you for playing. I think Glasgow is also measurement for comas, so no more coma for you. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it was a good game. If you are watching this VOD and you are the developer of this game, I made my comments about the general nature of the game early on. I judged the game early on because I found a softlock at about the 45-minute mark, so I judged it then, and then I completed it of my own volition because I wanted to. But yes, I overall enjoyed this game. I think it was a tale about spies and ratting out and guilt and being in a cage and sort of coming to terms with yourself and being forgiven by mercy. Very metaphorical, very interesting. I think its greatest highlight was its visuals, followed by that one battle. I did like the one battle where you had to strangle the guy. That was probably my favorite battle. And then the interrogation was fine, but I think it was a bit too strict in my opinion. And you should have the saves before the battle so you can just retry them over and over, I think. So, softlocked. Is the game get DQ'd? Nope, it is a softlock at the 45-minute mark, so that means that polish is set to 0. It is after the 10-minute mark, so I just don't play beyond that 45-minute mark, and then the polish is set to 0 for that polish category. Yeah, and then I just judge based on what I saw before that 45-minute mark. Anyway, thank you so much for making this game, creator of The Road to the Next Life, and keep making games. Every game is the gift. This game is awesome. The visuals, the music, and the story, and the way it's told. I love it. Thank you very much. Cheers. I'm going to end the recording. And Twitch chat, let me know. Sorry if my stream ends, because sometimes it ends when I end my recording. Cheers.